think I gave the first Black Panther a 6 out of 10. I don't think it's the greatest film, but it's enjoyable enough.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it had so much stuff that could have been cut, especially the CIA stuff. I know we didn't talk about
Oh
that.
yeah, that was a part of the movie.
Should have cut that all out because it stuck out like a sore thumb at the end of it.
Yeah.
It was over long. It had its moments. I feel like it paid tribute respectfully to Chadwick. Yeah, I give it a 5. 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody online is gonna love us, eh?
I don't give a shit by this point. They can, you know what? Phase 4, Phase 5, Phase 92. Like, y'all are gonna eat this shit up regardless.
Welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast. In today's episode,
Oh yeah.
we are gonna review the finale of Marvel's Phase 4.
Wow.
I only found that out less than 5 minutes ago because I'm looking at the Wikipedia and I'm like, oh shoot.
What determines the end of any fucking phase nowadays?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean. It could be Phase 6 for all I care.
Yeah.
Really doesn't matter to me.
Well, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
With Neves and I, this is the first time Neves and I watched a movie together.
Yeah, we went to the movie theater.
Yeah, we
to
went
see
to the
this.
Landmark and we watched it together. I picked him up at like 11:30. You know,
Because that was the only showtime.
I wore a good shirt. I was all like, oh god, I'm taking Neves out.
Yeah.
Christian messages us after the movie. Hey, how was your date?
How was your date?
But
Do you want to talk about our experience at the movie theater? I think we need to address this because it was actually more entertaining than the movie itself.
to Neves at least, it wasn't entertaining to me.
Okay, so I picked some seats. It was the only available seats. It was like at the far corner.
All the way at the back in the
Yeah,
far left corner.
Far left corner.
By the way, if that kid's watching, buddy, I was wearing black jeans and a black sweater. You know who you are. I'm just saying.
He definitely watches our videos.
Yeah.
He was so excited. He was like, "Oh my god, it's the Real Talk Podcast, guys!"
So go on, Neves. How was our movie experience?
So
Get those seats.
At first, okay, so for Landmark Cinemas, they have these reclined seats, and they make a noise, obviously. So
Yeah, when you recline the seat, you're gonna hear, and you might hear like the leather.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. But this kid, I don't think he knew how to use it properly.
Also, how just to keep in mind, Neves was in the corner. I was next to Neves, and then the kid was next to me.
He was the closest. You were the closest to the kid, obviously.
And we all know how I feel about sitting next to kids in theaters.
Yeah, after Doctor Strange, you fucking uppercut that kid. So luckily
By
you didn't
accident.
Yeah, exactly. By accident. No. Don't call anyone. But in this case, it was like the kid didn't know how to use a fucking recliner seat. So every time he just pressed the button like an iPhone, it's like.
Well,
he made that noise, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did that so much.
You have to go to the washroom
further
like
to
5
that
times
point,
a day.
This theater is full of children. Everyone is talking during the movie previews, and then everyone goes dead silence when the Mario Brothers movie trailer starts playing.
No, I heard the Mario.
Yeah, well, yeah, we
Yeah.
heard something. Oh, it's Mario! It's Mario!
Yeah.
And then the movie starts. People are still talking, and then homeboy beside me keeps talking to his dad. You probably didn't hear that.
I didn't hear
I
that.
kept hearing him talking to his dad, and Buddy went to use the bathroom like 5
Yeah.
times, and I'm like, "Fuck off!" We're calling his seat back and forth, and I wasn't this salty about it because I had already eaten something before we went to go see the movie. you
Oh,
know.
that's good.
But we had popcorn.
Yeah.
Well, I had popcorn.
You had
Neves-
popcorn.
I ordered popcorn because Neves wanted a drink. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And homeboy knocked my popcorn onto the floor.
Did he kick it? Okay,
No,
so,
I had it in the corner. He elbowed it backwards.
okay. The only thing I heard was, "Oh shoot!" Like from the
And
little kid.
I could tell what it was, and I just did not make eye contact because it would be just awkward. We're watching a movie. I was just like, I don't fucking care. I know my popcorn's on the floor, and then like 5 minutes later, I glance this check, and I'm like, yep, my popcorn's on the floor. Thanks a lot, kid. So you, sir, are an asshole.
He's a 5-year-old kid, Josh.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to the movie itself. 'Cause people
Oh,
I don't care
shit.
about. Yeah.
Okay.
Remember the movie?
Yeah. Black Panther, Wakanda.
Oh,
Forever.
this is good. This is gonna be a good episode.
So I remember we had a little bit of a commentary during the theater experience because we were watching it still, and there was a certain point in the film.
Yeah, we don't really talk. I don't know about Neves, but I don't talk during movies at all.
Neither do I.
I try, and Neves and I both also try not to have to use the bathroom. We use the bathroom before, so we don't have to ruin the experience by
Yeah.
going to pee or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was different for me in this case because I was holding in, like, I really had to go to the washroom at the start of the film. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give this movie a chance. And, like, I think an hour and a half in, I was so fucking done that I was like, Josh, I'm just going to go washroom, man. I don't
was
think
like,
I'm
fair
missing
enough.
anything.
Yeah, for me, I don't talk during movies often, but there were about 3 instances during the movie that I'd lean over to be
Yeah.
quiet. I'd lean over to Neves and just be like, Nevis, I don't like this movie.
You were like, I don't like this movie. Like I knew the part when you said that, and then you also said this movie's long.
I didn't say it like that. I was just like, buddy, this movie's fucking long.
It is. It was long.
It's a long movie, first of all. 2.5 hour runtime.
It was like a 2 hour 40 minutes, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 hours 40
something
minutes.
like that.
To start off with the good things, I actually
Yeah.
really liked the first 2/3 of this movie. I really loved the tributes it gave to Chadwick Boseman.
I think the more I thought about it, at first I was like, oh god, because in a perfect world they would have just stopped making Black Panther movies after his death.
You mentioned that in the car ride, yeah.
But it's Marvel. The first Black Panther made almost 2 billion. That's never gonna happen. So
This came out like 2 days ago, and it's already
Yeah.
made 300 million.
oh yeah,
330 million
obviously it
broke even.
demolished every film prior to it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like their tribute to Chadwick was probably the best that they could do.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
spoiler alert. So this is gonna be a spoiler review.
Spoiler, yes.
The movie opens with T'Challa's death. He dies
Yes.
off screen. It focuses on Shuri trying to find a cure.
Try to cure, yeah.
But because Killmonger in the previous movie had destroyed all the heart-shaped herbs,
Mhm.
she's not able to
Right.
to create a cure because she needs that to make it. And T'Challa dies off screen.
Yes.
And then silence.
Mhm.
The Marvel logos. The Marvel logo comes up, and it's all Chadwick Boseman. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. Now, my older brother Brandon, he actually watched this movie on Thursday, and he had
Right.
texted us. He's like, "Bro, Black Panther 2 was fantastic, emotional fucking ride. I nearly cried." And so
Mhm.
I had pretty high expectations just because of that.
Yeah.
But it was strictly speaking to the Chadwick Boseman stuff, I really like that, like the
Yeah.
opening and then the ending with Shuri like meditating, and it's just clips of Chadwick Boseman
Yeah.
as Black Panther.
I like that as well because the way it was shot too, it didn't look like a video game green screen.
Yeah.
They actually had a cinematographer there
hmm
lighting a scene. That's what I like about Ryan Coogler films, even with Black Panther for some scenes, is like you can tell what shots he put more care into.
Yeah.
And then you could see the ones where it looked like a Marvel PS2 game.
Yeah. So moving on to the movie itself,
Yeah.
I actually, for the first 2/3, I really liked it.
Okay.
I would say the first 2/3 for me, I was like, this is at least a 7 out of 10 for me. I'm enjoying this. I really loved how much more character they gave his mother.
Yes.
What's her name?
Angela Bassett's
yeah,
character. Yeah.
Ramonda, Queen Ramonda,
Queen
because she had
Ramonda.
nothing to do in the first one. She was just like the mom character.
No, yeah.
She was just kind of standing there, making an angry face.
Felt like the first Black Panther focused more on the father and son relationships
and
stuff.
that makes sense.
And in this case, which I kind of liked, they did it a little different. It was mother and daughter
Yeah.
relationship. I was like, oh, look at that. It's a very nice contrast.
Yeah, and so I like that they gave her so much more character work. Shuri, I was on the fence about Shuri, like after I watched the first Black Panther, about whether I liked her or not.
Yeah.
But now I can be like, you know what? I actually really like Shuri.
They,
Like this-
they definitely matured her character more. I remember in the first one, she
she yelled out, "What are those?"
yes, outdated jokes. But regardless, I mean, this film had a few jokes that I didn't laugh at, but it didn't feel like Love and Thunder jokes, where it was like,
Mhm.
oh, Ryan Coogler's like, yeah, we got to make a joke every 5 minutes or every
Yeah,
2 minutes.
no.
It's like, no, you make a joke if it fits the character. You know what I
Um,
mean?
And I liked the continuation, the fact that this movie kind of continues the whole. At the end of the first Black Panther, T'Challa's like, we're gonna open up Wakanda and make it more like we're gonna join the world,
Yeah.
and that this movie kind of progresses that in the sense of like, okay, well now the world's coming after Wakanda for its resources and whatnot. So I kind of liked that to an extent. I was like, I wonder where they're gonna go with this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the introduction of the villain was pretty interesting.
Namor.
Yeah, Namor.
Let's talk about Namor.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it because it's a civilization it's pretty much water Wakanda
Yeah.
that he's from, and he was pretty much like, "Yo, you guys opened up Wakanda to the whole world, and now they're all looking for it. And now they're trying to find my home world, and if they
Mhm.
find us, I'm gonna be pretty upset about that.
Yeah.
So fucking do something about it." He
Mhm.
tells Ramonda and Shuri,
Yeah.
and I was like, fair enough, and he wasn't being an asshole about it. He was
No.
pretty nice about it. He was like, "Oh, it's really nice out here. By the
Mhm.
way, you guys kind of fucked up everything. Can you do me a favor and fix that?
Yeah.
Because don't really like it."
Legit. But
Um,
I liked his character. I liked the performance.
Mm-hmm.
I want to acknowledge something as well because in terms of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I think you talked about Love and Thunder with Chris Hemsworth and how he just looks like a roided up bodybuilder now.
Yeah, and you had mentioned this on the ride back.
I love the fact that like Namor, the actor, didn't look like that. He didn't look like Mr. Olympia and stuff. He looked like a well fit individual. You look, and I think that makes sense
Yeah.
for the character. You don't have to look
And it's
like
not that he was like out of shape or anything. It's like he
no,
looked like a really healthy, fit guy.
yeah,
Like he just didn't look like, oh my god, this guy definitely spent 5 hours in the sauna earlier and has been
Mhm.
doing water, like just getting rid of all
water
the water in his
polo
body.
or whatever. Yeah,
It's like this guy looks like a fit guy.
yeah,
So I like that. And it
and
was
his
nice to see a
performance was
kid.
great.
It's nice to see a guy that looks like me on screen.
Yeah,
Except that they made him the bad guy. So I was like, oh, okay, cool.
well, he was Mexican
I get
I
a lot
like
of people
that.
that think I look Mexican.
with the mustache and everything.
Happy Movember, guys.
Happy Movember.
Um,
But yeah, no, I loved his character. Most of the scenes were pretty good. I feel like the biggest issue about this film is that you said that 2/3 of it you liked. I felt like shit could have been cut down.
Yeah.
Like a lot of shit could have been cut down.
yeah, and I think they were trying to tell too many. I don't know if it was like they were trying to tell too many stories or something, but I don't know.
A lot of
like
eggs
that,
in one basket.
a lot of eggs in one basket that made the movie really long, and I don't think that there was a lot of substance for
No.
some of these plot points. Like, I don't know. I think if they just focus on either the political side of Wakanda being kind of targeted by the world now, that could have been
Yeah.
a movie, or they could have just focused on Namor's homeworld.
Yeah.
Is it called Kanata?
Yeah. Kanata.
No.
It it doesn't.
No, we've been saying Kanata for the entire thing since yesterday. That's not what it is.
Maz Kanata?
No, it's Talokan.
Oh shit. Okay, first off, some of the terms that like it just gave me Bionicle vibes because there's a lot of terms in Bionicle that sound like Matanui, Rahanui, Voyanui and stuff. Like those are islands from the Bionicle universe. Okay. I'm sorry. I got to be a nerd for something.
Yeah, but I like that. So now getting more into things I didn't like. This movie was way too fucking long.
Yeah.
This movie was way too long, and for a movie like this, I don't think there need to be that much action. And I remember the moment I
action.
checked out because I remember like I was watching it. I was like, okay, how can I bring this onto the podcast? And then the moment I kind of
Yeah.
started to be like, I don't like this movie anymore, was right after the Talokans had attacked Wakanda,
Yeah.
and they attack Wakanda and yada yada, and then spoiler alert, the queen dies.
Yes.
And I was like, oh shit, we're not even close to done. This is just
Yeah.
this is another plot point.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I thought that was the end of the movie.
That's not the climax. That's like another inciting.
And I was like,
incident,
now they gotta like, sure, he still has to hit her low point, and then
Yep.
she has to come back. And I was like, this is gonna take fucking forever.
Yep.
This is gonna take forever. And that's when I started to be like, okay, now it's like every 15 minutes, it's my rating started to go down by half a point.
Well, I think for me though, like comparing this to The Woman King, a movie with far better action, because this movie's action sucks.
Yeah,
I'll be honest, every action scene, like
Yep.
right at the beginning with like those French soldiers and stuff, the way it was edited, I was like,
who fought against?
remember the
Oh, yeah,
CIA
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff? Like they cut it juxtaposition,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, this action sucks, and that's not even CGI. That's just on set fighting. And
Yeah.
the way it was edited was terrible. And then once you hit the climax, it's like it's not even like video game territory of action because at least video games choreograph it better and they have the camera work. This is just like
Yeah,
just shit thrown on the screen.
yeah.
I'm sorry for being a negative Nancy, but I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't give a shit anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. I remember as soon as we left, I was like, "Yo, that CGI was not it." Like when Namor was just flying around, I was like, "Bro, it kind of looks a little bad."
It looks.
I was like, "It looks
yeah.
passable," but I mean, looking back at like what we used to have, I was like, "Wow."
No, he's got Polar Express features, man. At certain points when he's like flying close
Yeah.
up, it's like, you know what? When it worked, when it was so fucking dark, I couldn't see shit.
Yeah,
Because remember the scene where like they first introduced Namor and
and
his
the Talokans on the ship on the
bro.
rig, right?
What happened to saturation? Was that like?
Yeah, this movie had a lot of dark scenes.
Like
dark, like I couldn't see shit.
Yeah. Because people complain about like specific films, like maybe like the DC films. It's, oh, it's too dark. I can't see anything. And like, I understand that, but this is like actually I couldn't see anything. Like if you told me Namor was like in the distance, I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I feel bad for people who saw this at a drive-in.
Oh yeah.
Imagine that. Oh my god.
I've never been to a drive-in, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
Well, just watching scenes at night like that. But
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. What was it? Ironheart? They introduced
Yeah.
Ironheart.
Oh yeah, she was in this
I
movie.
don't know who this character is. Please explain, Josh.
So Ironheart. Hang on, let me just make sure I get her name correct. Yeah, Riri Williams. So Riri Williams
Yeah.
is in the Marvel comics. She's kind of like the successor to Iron Man,
Okay.
and she's called Ironheart,
Yes.
which I'm surprised you didn't know.
I didn't know because they introduced her character in the worst way possible. They just drop her in and
They kind
then
of did like a Peter Parker kind of thing with her, like when did they introduce Peter Parker in Civil War?
yeah, but
Like,
in Peter Parker's case, you knew three other iterations of
yeah,
Spider-Man.
exactly. There's reason for us to. Of course, people would know who Spider-Man is. Not a lot of people know who Ironheart is.
What
I
if,
mean,
yeah, exactly.
and then I was expecting there's a little scene where she kind of carves out a heart. I guess when she's making her new suit, and it's made of
Oh
iron. And I was like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
yeah.
I was like, it's Ironheart. I get it.
I thought they just dropped metal. I didn't get
No,
that.
that was a heart.
They just dropped a piece of metal. I was like,
That was an
oh.
Easter egg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Riri Williams. She. I liked. First of all, I liked the actress. I really liked her.
Yes.
I have nothing against her. She did great.
Yeah.
And also her. I mean, Riri Williams herself wasn't that bad. I feel like she could have been way more annoying.
Yes.
But I feel like they were trying to like. I don't know. Some of her emotional scenes are like when she's in the fight and everything. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know if you've earned this much yet, or like, I don't know if I feel like that much of a connection to you. I would
Well,
like to.
I think what really changed it for me was this scene. It's my least favorite in terms of like how they blocked the scene.
Yeah.
Was all three of them together. It's all one shot, continuous, and they're moving around. It's like, oh my god, the cops have arrived. Oh, I got to get into
Oh,
this car. I was like, I fucking hated that because all of it just seemed like throwaway dialogue. And then what was it? Riri Williams' character Ironheart. She
Yeah.
was just like, oh, I got a suit. I'm gonna put it on. And it's like, wait, you have a suit? Wait,
Yeah.
what? When did we establish this? We didn't see the suit prior to it, and then it's just this like long action scene of all them flying and driving
Yep.
motorbikes, and I'm just like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Like in terms of earning this scene?
Yeah, because I mean, they really just introduced her, and immediately they were just like, okay, this is Riri Williams. She's smarter than Tony Stark. She built a vibranium detector. So
I
yeah,
mean,
she's smart.
yeah, I guess you can.
But I mean, at the same time, like she had some funny lines. Like I don't know. There's like when she, I still think it was funny when she was like yeeting all that stuff at Okoye.
That's funny.
Like in her dorm room, like yeah, when she's like, okay, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. Goes into the bathroom, and
Yeah.
Okoye's standing there, and she's
That's
like, holy
funny.
shit,
That's funny.
hi, and then yeets a fucking fan at her, and then
Yeah.
Okoye's like, come on, throw more, go ahead.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. I think they could do. There's a lot of potential with Riri Williams because I actually like her. I like the actress.
Yeah.
I liked the idea. Well, I'm not a huge fan of the idea, I should say. I don't like the idea of her replacing Iron Man, but I like her becoming part of this story. But
It's inevitable, I think, because you can't bring back Robert Downey Jr. You can't bring back Chris Evans. You
Yeah.
can't bring. If you do, guess what? It's going to cost not $80 million alone to have these guys present
Yeah.
in these films, and Marvel doesn't want that.
exactly.
So they're going to cast someone like Riri Williams. But here's what I'm worried about, and they need to get new writers because of this. I am tired of this weird assumption that like younger actors or younger characters in these Marvel films, all they do is like make shitty jokes and reference movies.
Yep.
'Cause-
Go for it.
Look, Peter Parker, that's okay. You can do it for that one character, and
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can't
like,
have like 10 characters that are all like quirky. I'm gonna.
oh my god, Blade Runner. Remember Blade Runner?
And then all the other Avengers are just like, yes.
Oh my god. No, because here's the thing. It encourages younger generations to be as annoying. And I don't want that. I don't want these writers to encourage kids to be like, oh yeah, Godfather. Oh, this reminds me of Top Gun, Tom Cruise, when we fly around and shit. It's like, no.
It kind of. Matt and I, my brother and I, we
Yes.
really like the show Suits.
Oh,
But
it's a great show.
I like Suits. I just every time they do pop culture references in Suits, it's kind of like it always seems so forced. Like when like it's so out of character for them to just start going, that's my Rocky impression. No, you're supposed to be. And then there's like a 10 second scene of Mike and Harvey just going.
Yeah.
I'm just like, can we? I want to watch you do Law.
No,
Stop.
legit.
And so that's my least favorite part of Suits. And I find that these characters that are like, hey, have you guys ever seen that really old movie Empire?
Really
it
old
gives me the same
movie,
vibes.
Empire. Imagine that. It's a really old movie.
Called Empire Strikes Back.
Empire Strikes Back, 1980. Damn. Thanks, Peter Parker. But no, anyways, no, I'm just wondering. It's just like, hey, remember that? It's like 20 years from now, we're gonna be, hey, remember that really, really old film Inception? Like, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know. It just sounds weird hearing like a character say that in a movie now. But
Yeah.
whatever. That's what I mean. Like, a lot of these, the good scenes, I would say, are like, You know, like the mother's death.
Hmm.
Oh my God, Killmonger when they bring him
I
back.
was waiting. So spoiler: Killmonger's in this movie.
He's back for one scene.
There's a
Michael
scene
B.
where
Jordan.
Shuri creates an artificial heart-shaped herb,
Yeah,
and she takes it and she goes to the ancestral plane, and she thinks that T'Challa's there, and we were really worried
I was
because
so fucking
the way it's
scared.
framed,
Yeah.
you don't know who's sitting on the throne when she goes in, and so she thinks it's T'Challa. That she'll see T'Challa sitting on the throne.
Hmm.
She walks around, and it's fucking Killmonger sitting there,
Yeah.
and he was like, Michael B. Jordan just ate that
He
scene.
got drip.
Yeah.
He had like was it a white bathrobe?
He had his little fucking
Yeah.
ribbed for her pleasure thing on him again.
You know what's funny is like I'm pretty sure he was like directing Creed and starring in it, and
Yeah.
then Marvel was like, "We need you back as Killmonger," and he's like, "Bet, man, let's go.
I mean,
Give me shit." And then
yeah,
just
give me
like
the
one
suit
day
again.
of shooting, and he does one of the best scenes in the film.
Yeah, well, I mean, he was the best part of the first one, so.
Yes, he was.
No, and I think that was interesting that Shuri went and met him and had a conversation with him
Hmm.
because she was probably expecting to speak with her dad or her mom or somebody
Or her brother.
Or her brother.
That's why
and
she said the
Yeah,
it
it's
T'Challa? And I'm
T'Challa,
like,
and-
oh no.
We were worried because we didn't want to see them CGI
Yes.
fake T'Challa to have a conversation because I
Yeah.
feel like I don't know how you would feel, but I would have felt like that's
I
really
would have felt
disrespectful to his
disgusted.
memory,
I would have felt disgusted. You know what? But Marvel didn't go that far.
and I'm glad.
They did with Leia in Star Wars,
Yeah.
but that's Disney. Luckily, Marvel didn't go that far with Chadwick. Thankfully, they respected him throughout the film. But the more I think about it, the more I realize like Coogler was writing the script for that character, and then when it happened, you could tell that there's like a lot of sidetracks and
Mhm.
stuff. Like I think the mom's death he really wanted,
Yeah,
but he couldn't have it so early on in the film, or it would have like made
T'Challa's death seem a lot
seem-
less
hence
powerful.
hence the almost 3 hour long runtime.
Yeah,
and the
I can see
funerals.
why certain things happen, but I still think it should have just been. I feel like he should have just taken his old script, tossed it in the trash, and just started fresh.
Yeah,
I feel like
Yeah.
that would have been better because trying to balance all this and turning into a almost 3 hour long movie with all these things going on, it's just gonna. I didn't like it.
the yeah, and in terms of like quality, it differs, but in terms of respecting Chadwick, it's very good. Like compared to other films that try to make a film with an actor passing away, this is probably the best you're gonna get. Because I remember thinking about like Ghostbusters Afterlife with
Oh,
Harold Ramis, and they fucking CGI'd him. Star Wars, what was it? The
Leia.
Rise of Scott, yeah, with Leia, and it's
Yeah,
like
yep.
at least they didn't CGI. At least they didn't do anything like that.
Yeah, but moving on.
Mhm.
Music. I didn't really like the music. We didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about this at all.
We didn't because there was only one part of the movie that I liked the music in. Because I think is it still Ludwig Göransson? Probably not. If it is, they really downplayed his soundtrack. Because I only
yeah,
remember
Ludwig.
okay, there's only one track in this that I was like, you know what, I fuck with, but they use it in the weirdest places. So remember the part where Yuri has the Black Panther suit and she like
Shuri?
Shuri, oh my, Shuri, thank you. She goes down in
Yeah.
the snow, and then you hear that music, that techno music
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. I love it, but it's used in like the weirdest places of the film. But I love it. I don't know if that's her theme.
I don't know. either.
But I love that techno. Like, oh, I wish there was more of that because I remember the first Black Panther. There's a lot of good music in
yeah,
that.
the first Black Panther. I remember. Yeah, that.
Did Ludwig
so-
win an Academy Award for best soundtrack?
I don't know. I'm not gonna Google it right now.
Anyways, he won an Oscar because he's a really good composer. He's you know, I think he should be up there with like Hans Zimmer and
Yeah,
Williams and stuff.
I think so too.
He's a younger guy, but he really has made a lot of great tracks, and it kind of sucks that his work is downplayed in this. I don't remember a lot from it.
I only remember like towards the end because after the first attack on Wakanda
Yes.
is when I started to like mentally check out because I was like, okay, this is about to turn into an action movie. I can tell.
Yes.
And it did. And
It
the last
did.
there was so much action at the end, and I remember telling you that I didn't really think it need to have that much action.
No.
But I remember for the action, the music was just like stock like action music, and I was like, oh my god, turn off my
Yeah.
brain. I'll just enjoy the spectacle of it, I guess.
Mhm.
And the spectacle wasn't even that good. Like
You know what
the-
would have been way better
what's that?
in terms of climaxes? I'm just thinking of this now. Why not Namor and Shuri? Like, hey, one on one. I will back. My people will back away. Your people will back away. Let's do this. Let's settle this away. It feels like it would fit his character, and it would be like a, I don't know, maybe like a Revenge of the Sith type of climax, and it only lasts for like 2-3 minutes.
or like an Aquaman-esque final
Yeah.
battle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Something less chaotic in that regard.
Yeah, because I mean, the whole plot of it was like she was just trying to trap him and get him to the deserts where he'd have less power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. I also remember watching like at the end of the movie when she's finally fighting him and she's like yo, she kind of fucked him up. Like
No,
I
yeah.
was like, there were so many times where I was like, yo, is my dude not dead yet? Like when the thing blew up.
Oh my god, I almost laughed.
When the thing blew up, I was like, and then he's still there. I'm like, how the fuck are you still alive?
At first, I was like, when she did, it's like Wakanda Forever. She does that, and then it just explosion. I'm like, Jesus Christ!
I know, right?
Did this guy fucking die?
And he just blows up. So I'm like, okay, well, he's dead. And then he's just there on the ground, like, I'm on fire. And I'm like, fucking die already.
It's like Marvel doesn't know how far a character will die. It's like, what was it? I saw this clip in Hawkeye. I didn't watch the show, but I know Kingpin was in it.
Yeah.
He's got his infamous white suit and he's walking around. He gets fucking shot by a missile.
Yeah,
And
this
he's like,
guy gets-
"Ugh." And then he's just, I'm okay. My suit's fine. His white suit is like a little bit
Yeah.
dirty. I'm like,
And then after all this shit happens to Namor, oh, she's just gonna hold a spear to his neck, and that'll kill him.
That'll
Now
kill
she's
him.
like, yield. I'm like, bro, when you should have been asking him to yield. If you were gonna be merciful, now is not the time to be merciful. That was 20 minutes ago.
get shot like 50,000 times.
Also, the last thing, I just really didn't. I thought this was really stupid. Do you remember that scene where all the Talakans had put all those water grenades underneath that sub thing that they were all fighting on?
Yeah.
Like they put one and it blew up the thing, and then fucking like 100 of them came and just dropped 1,000. Yeah, if one thing caused that big of an explosion, when they put like 500 of them, yo, that something should have been in the sky.
Yeah.
That should have been a big ass explosion.
That I was, yeah.
I was like, no, it just kind of tilted over a little bit. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I think another thing that surprised me was just like the designs of the suits, the new ones. So like, what was it? Ironheart.
Ironheart's suit looked so shit.
Yeah, you know what it reminded me of? Do you know who Ultraman is?
Yeah. Oh.
Doesn't it look like Ultraman?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, am I watching an Ultraman film? Where's the dubs, man? Where's
And
the
then
English dub?
Okoye's suit, I was like,
That looked like something out of what was it, Cloud Atlas? Like
that
a
looked like,
Wachowski
and,
film?
and the mask. I don't know if you guys know about Quarter of the Owls in Batman.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Holy shit, you're right.
Quarter of Owls, and then Shuri's suit was fine.
Yeah,
Her suit was whatever.
it was just Black Panther.
Yeah, her suit was whatever.
Which I'll be honest, just like the first Black Panther, the way the CGI melds with the suit, it looks really bad.
Yeah.
It still does.
Yeah,
I don't know what they can do better.
Bright
but-
sunlight.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm gonna let you get some last thoughts out, and then I think we should call this episode.
Yeah.
Let's try it on a positive note because I do still think like this was a decent movie. Like out of like I'd say 5.5, maybe 6 if I was really pushing it. Just,
yeah.
Yeah.
If I could,
for
if I
me.
gave, I think I gave the first Black Panther a 6 out of 10. I don't think it's the greatest film, but it's enjoyable enough.
Mm-hmm.
This one, it had so much stuff that could have been cut, especially the CIA stuff. I know we didn't talk about
Oh
that.
yeah, that was a part of the movie.
Should have cut that all out because it stuck out like a sore thumb at the end of it.
Yeah.
It was over long. It had its moments. I feel like it paid tribute respectfully to Chadwick. Yeah, I give it a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody online is gonna love us, eh?
I don't give a shit by this point. They can, you know what? Phase 4, Phase 5, Phase 92. Like, y'all are gonna eat this shit up regardless. And if you don't, move on to a movie you do enjoy, like us. We'll find something better, right, Josh?
I hope so.
Please give us hope.
I hope so. I mean,
Oh my god, what would you rate this? You gave it a 5, 6 out of 10.
yeah, 5.5 ish
Yeah,
is
okay.
where I'm gonna stick with it.
That sounds
It's
about
above
right.
average for me, but
Yep.
I gave the original Black Panther a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
So this is a sequel. It should be better. It wasn't.
Yeah. Better luck next
just-
time.
It's above average just because the first 2/3 kind of did it for me, and then the last third just brought it down.
Yeah.
But with all that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Real Talk Podcast. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to this video. Check out our Instagram, check out our TikTok for some shorter clips. If you want to support the channel, check out our Patreon. And with all that being said, we will talk to you guys in the next episode.
Peace out, y'all. Wow. What are you doing? Oh my god.